Hello, and welcome to day, where are we? 82. Whew. Whew. I knew that this episode would be the episode called Mother. And I've been feeling into this episode, and I mean, it's been such a roller coaster today, and I've been in such a good place. And but I just can't push play without crying. So there's something about that. So I have to just be real in it and realize that I'm sad, but I'm not sad. If that makes any sense. It's not I don't feel bad. I'm just going through it. And my mother left this morning, and there is such a I've been speaking about this, that there's an end of an era and that there's a new era, and it's interesting about this mother energy because I can see it being represented in so many different levels of life right now. And so I knew I had to speak to it, and then I choose to do this the day that she leaves, and so I can close the energy. So it's the end of an era, and she will not be coming back here in at least 2 years, most likely. But it's not about that. It's not about what has been. It's not about what's going to become. It's triggering my abandonment wounds in a very deep way, and I get the opportunity to work through that, feel that, express that, explore that, heal that, and it's just huge. And it's on so many different levels, and it's I can really start to understand. Yeah, it's interesting because just today I watched a couple of videos on time, and that time is not linear and that it all exists at the same time, which is, the deeper levels of, maybe it's not even the deeper, maybe it's superficial levels of the universe and how it really works, and the information that is just becoming so easily available, and just the consciousness expansion is, I think it's going to go so quick. So I can see how it's like I can see so many layers of her and so many layers of me in so many layers of time at the same time, and I can heal and process in multiple layers. And I mean, the person who birthed me is not the same person that left this morning, and there's just different circumstances and different sequences in time, and things that had to play out in order to get to the point where I am now. So there's I have no regrets. I have no things should be a different way. It should have been. It's like when the body really can process it all and look at it from a perspective of compassion, and realizing that there's no mud, there's no lotus, and that things are happening in order for us to grow and us to change and evolve. And that's what life is about. And to be able to sit here and have conversations with myself about human consciousness and human potential, I had to have something that I could actually work through, and something that I could actually experience on my own. Otherwise, I have no foot to stand on. There's no, I mean, standing on business is probably one of my favorite quotes nowadays. with everything that is just not real and not solid and not embodied. And I can see, so this time together has been such valuable time for me to heal myself. And I'm realizing that this is what I have to speak to today, because there's nothing else that wants to come through. And I feel super, I just pace around for a couple of hours. As soon as she left, I did a massive internal alchemy session for myself. And I just went straight into the energy and started moving it. And it was phenomenal. Like, I was all alone, and I could, instantly I started to feel what my body is wanting to do and what I'm trying to accomplish. And it's about energy. I don't know how that will manifest in life. I just know what I'm gonna do. And the fact that she was here, and I was able to access this information, this space inside of myself with so much hurt that was unprocessed and so much tears, and just allow the body to just be in that and process that and express that and just purge that. And then the absolute freedom that comes after. And the shift this morning was extraordinary, because I could really go in, because I've been doing this for so long, my own internal alchemy process. And I'm going to start sharing more about that, because that's what this next couple of weeks is going to be about. It's really going to be me transmuting and dispatching a lot of energy. It's like it's a crossroads. It's clear the back and focus and summon. I just get the vision of summoning energy, because it's about directing and focus and being undisturbed and being completely intentional. And in order to do that, it's like I have to grow up on a next level. And the families, all family histories are, we're intertwined with each other in different ways, in good ways, in bad ways. And there's just circumstance that forms us as humans. And the way that it happened for us in our family, my mother's been having a lot of guilt for how it's been, and she's been overcompensating and really, showing. It's like, it's not even overcompensating. It's she wanted to give us what she couldn't, and it was almost like the years that has been up to this point, there has been a balancing that had to happen, and that balancing is done. I just feel like we just cleared something so huge, and I feel like she can be free and I can be free, but we still have each other in a way that there is just no messiness left. There's no guilt from the divorce. There's no unprocessed grief from my end. There's just clean energy. And that is actually one of the multidimensional detox spots or topics that I haven't spoken to yet. And it's the energetic cleanliness. And that is mostly between people, because it's so messy, because, when the people pleasing in people is massive. And I mean, I know for myself, and I know for my mother, I know for, but it's this, there was something about this mother energy that is like, it's like cutting the cord, it's like growing up, taking full accountability, full responsibility, and like really stepping out there. And it all resonates, with what I'm sharing about ending a year 9 and starting a year 0 or year 1. I just feel like there's just this was the most beautiful gift that could ever happen, because it's like I'm becoming more and more myself, yet I don't lose anything. I'm healing the abandonment wound, and the fact that she left this morning, that really triggered that, so that I could really move a lot of energy. And I feel like that is what I will be doing for the next couple of days, and allowing myself to do that, because I'm finally in an environment where my body is fully leaning into that, and just accessing truth, just living in absolute truth of my existence at this moment. And right now, I knew this. I've been saying this for a while, that when we move in, there's going to be because I know how the nervous system works, and when you put, it's like you put yourself in a cocoon of safety and silence and just beauty and peace, then of course the body is going to start to process and access a level of safety that hasn't been available before. And right now I'm 48 years old, and I'm able to access the level of safety that my body is in need to do to process whatever I've been through as a child. And I'm deeply welcoming that, because that is my ticket to freedom. Because for every layer of this entanglement and these unprocessed emotions and these limiting belief systems, that is the key to freedom, and it's the key to manifestation, it's the key to happiness, it's the key to God, it's the key, it's everything in one. And that's the beauty of the process. And this is not my process, just this is universal information that is plenty of people are accessing at the same time. It's just a very early stage. You're going to see this kind of information is just going to explode. It's going to be absolutely common sense, all of this. I know it. I know it. It's and it's the chaos before the peace. And this is, I feel the mother energy is to allow everyone to make their own mistakes and be there when they need it, but not over coddling and not controlling. And that is some of the energies that has been deeply infiltrated and distorted when it comes to all parenting, both from the masculine and the feminine, that there's so much trauma and so much unprocessed in ourselves that we are applying that to the next generation automatically. And the awareness is going to come that, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I'm doing that, oh, everyone's in my family has been doing this. And that's just going to raise the awareness and change the level of, hurt that we so much unintentionally project onto ourselves and others. And there's something deeply into that mother energy to allow people to do their own mistakes. And I feel like that my parents have really allowed me to make my own mistakes. And that's one of the reasons that I've been pissed at them for so many years, that 7 years of therapy, and my therapist said, yeah, I don't think you got a lot of guidance. And then when I look at balancing, when universal laws and energetic balance, then okay, so what's the positive about that? What's the benefits of growing up with no one telling you what to do? Freedom. So yeah, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes when no one shows me, but if I'm the right tool, the right stuff, then I will grow from that. So I truly believe that I have gotten the exact right amount of mud for me to grow into the perfect version of myself. So all I need to do is process it from the body, from the system. And the level, so I went really deep into my internal alchemy process this morning, and fairly quickly, I was surprised. I had entered a completely new reality. I was like, what is going on here? Where it was full expansion inside. It was it was so much creative clarity, but then it went away because there's more to process. But I could really see. And I was first about to make this video from that state, but yeah, that wasn't correct. This state was, because it's about truth. It's not about, I mean, there's just so much about, don't share the process, just share the result when you know what you have delivered, when you know what, but I'm not like that. It's the process. I'm about the process. I'm here to because it's so much perfection, and healing is not perfection. It's about realizing that you're perfect in your imperfection, and that messiness is part of, it's a small part of it. And that's why it's like, I'm not going to be here forever. This is a phase that I'm going to blast through, because I feel how quickly it goes. And I've said previously that I think it might be quick, and but we will have to see. But there's something about being completely vulnerable in this, because a part of me that was a part of this abandonment situation was that I stepped in and took a lot of accountability and responsibility. And my mom says that too, that's what I did. And I told her that I felt like I had to be strong for her. I had to be strong for everyone else, because everyone else was just completely smacked down. And I realized that there's something about showing my vulnerability for her and for other family members, because I'm the strong one. I'm the one who can turn things around, and the one who can see clearly on things, and make decisions, and be very clear. And then this episode is also to break the spell of that, to like, I don't have to be strong all the time. And that's why I'm the past couple of days I've been showing, I mean, this whole thing is vulnerability, but just showing more and more of that, because the highest frequency in the universe is truth. Highest frequency in the universe is truth. So that's why the events are neutral. The good and bad is neutral. It's just contrast of it's two opposites of the contrast. And when we allow, the divine order to play out, of course we're gonna do what we feel called to do, but it's like, what energy are we coming from? And there's a lot of taking responsibility for others, and taking a lot of responsibility for what's happening in the world. And it's like, we're carrying so much, and it's this it's a balance between the unconditional love from the mother, and also the allowing people to actually grow up and not catch them every single time. Because you realize, when people are in deep trouble, you cannot help them. They have to help themselves. And that this is the sobriety and the sovereignty and the responsibility, the accountability, is like taking care of ourselves first. Of course we're going to take care of the ones we love, and that's something that me and Simba are realizing too. It's like, you can't carry people, because when you carry people, you drain yourself, and you're becoming very far from your purpose. And that doesn't mean you shouldn't carry anyone, never. It means carry the right person at the right time, in the right circumstances, for the right reasons, for the right purpose. Not just anyone, anytime, because we can't hold the pressure inside of ourselves and see someone else suffer. And that is tough. It's tough. And that is the work of the mother, it's hard work. It's painful. is wonderful, and it's also painful because we love so much, and how can we not, you know? And that is one of the biggest insights that I've had the couple of last days is I've been so unconditionally loved to the point that I'm allowed to make my own mistakes in order for myself to become free. So even though I have inherited a lot of annoying things, a lot of annoying patterns, there's a lot of fear, but I think there's so many people who have, you know, I'm not the only one who have inherited, you know, generations of fear. But all of those, they can fall off pretty easy. The big thing that I realized, and this is where the time comes in, is that I realized that I've been unconditionally loved this whole time. And that is such a huge, it's just, and it's just when you come to the levels of these conversations, this is just impossible to not touch on God and the universal intelligence and it's just like, it's just a level of understanding and a level of knowing and a level of resonance and a level of frequency that the body just goes like, and that's where I understand what, you know, these these cliche things like I'm having a moment, like this is it, this is revelation, you know, when you look in the movies or the cartoons, they go and they just ascend. It's exactly how it feels. It's like when you hit the spot, when you align yourself with something very certain, and your whole body just goes, lights up like a Christmas tree. It just truth. It just says truth, and just it's like okay, whoa, okay, I get it. And it's like all the things, all the information, all the wisdom that you've always heard. It's like you're always loved. It's like, yeah, I realize that. And it's so easy to traumatize a human being into never remembering that ever again. And that is what's happening on a massive level on this planet at the moment, or and have been for years, you know, long time, decades, centuries, who knows? I mean, it's not a super cuddly place if you look around. I mean, now yeah, it's a wild place, let's just say that. And some people have the luxury of having more pleasant experiences, but a lot of people are having incredibly hard experiences. And that's why this work is so important, because once you realize that you have the tools for yourself and that you can change your own chemistry in the body, you can alchemize this and you can become free. It's just extraordinary. And I'm realizing that I'm one of those who I have to share what I find. You know, it's the Indiana Jones. It's just I have to. It's all I can do. Because the freedom is so extraordinary. And that is why the tears are not always tears of joy. The last couple of days, I've been on my knees in gratitude, just falling to my knees and just breaking out in just absolute, just breaking apart. But it's not from a bad feeling. It's the absolute, just cracks you open. The gratitude, when it's this it just cracks you open. So the tears are the release of the nervous system. It's not equivalent of pain. It's the most humane, it's the most natural, it's the most soft, it's the most, how to say, it's just, crying is just velvet for the soul. It's how we release the energy. And I can feel my body is shrinking from the level of pressure that I can release and not feel ashamed and be open and honest. I mean, I haven't been sharing for days, not anything long. We're up to half an hour already. It's like the body wants to process. I want to normalize. I mean, energetic, emotional intelligence is just going to explode. It's going to be the absolute energy status. It's going to be the absolute. If you can't process your own emotions, you're going to be screwed. It's going to be massive, because people are going to realize that this is deeply, and it's not even deeply, it's the core of manifestation, the core of creating a life that you want and that you dream of, is how you feel inside, and how your ability to alchemize and align yourself with truth, with your truth. So you don't have to follow anyone else's truth. You just align with your truth. And the emotional awareness and the emotional consciousness and the emotional intelligence that comes from that is just going to be everything, absolutely everything. I'm sure, because with that comes peace. And no mud, no lotus. With the amount of mud, people are just gonna not accept anything else, because I'm getting to that point. I'm just not gonna accept anything else but peace, and that is manifestation. When you realize your own worth and your own status, and that you not accept anything else. I mean, first rule of manifestation: don't accept what you don't want. Don't accept less. And that's what we're walking around doing all the time, accepting less than we are worth. And people are just not going to have that anymore. I'm certain. And especially not when they realize, like, I don't need anyone else. I can learn. And of course, it took me 10 years to learn. But, there's other people that are doing this, and it's just going to speed up. It's just going to speed up. This is going to be absolutely common sense, because the information is just exploding out there. I mean, there are coaches who only teach this to people who's only teaching this to people who's only teaching this. So for the next couple of decades, I think that this is going to be a process of development. So yeah, this episode is, you see that straight away. Oh. There's so many years when there's so many tears that was never cried when I grew up. So I will have to do it now. And I'm so grateful for that, because I've been wanting to access this for the past 10 years. Or the past life. I've always known that this energy wants to come out. So I want to dedicate this to my mother. And the best thing is, I know she's watching. She's going to watch tomorrow. She's all catched up. She watched every day. She's going to watch this when she arrives. And it's because of her that I am who I am, because she just never stopped loving me. And I know now that that's what she could give. And that's what she had an abundance of. She just didn't know how to make it fit my human in this lifetime. with the circumstances that were. And I know that now, so I can receive that now, even if she's not here. And that's just the greatest gift of it all. And I'm just in awe and gratitude. Just so the tears are not even, I don't even know. It's just so many emotions coming, and it's been a long time coming. So I have to catch up. I have to catch up. That's and I have a week. I have a week. I have a week for myself. We have integration in all of our programs this week. I have a whole week. It's incredible. I have work to do, but I can really allow my body to process this and be in the truth of who I am, and just allow that to be absolutely perfect, and realize that this is a before and after. This is I'm in the zone between. I'm in the transit. I'm in the airport. I'm in the airport. I'm getting scanned. I'm getting it's like I'm in a transition phase. So I have to allow every step. And the past couple of days, I've been feeling all the feelings. I've been feeling everything that wants to come up, preparing. And I haven't abandoned myself one moment. I've been in that energy. I allow this to take the time that it deserves. And why do I do that? Because I want to become free. I want to become free to every. It's like I have this freedom, and I the last 9 years, I know that it's a feeling inside. It's a chemistry. It's a feeling inside, and the more gunk from the past that I can allow myself just sit and endure, it leaves. It's like one time I have to allow it to fully process and leave my body one time. And I'm just not having any of this anymore. So I'm and that's also the gratitude that I've been granted this space, and this is what came in alignment for me, after everything that has been. It's incredible. So it's just, mother for me is now gratitude and unconditional love and peace and harmony, and just, she's gonna be there, but I'm free. I'm free. I'm free. And I'm so grateful that I get to experience this while she is alive. And this is what I really believe, that we're so afraid of the emotions. Emotions are the energetic landscape inside that is the key to so many things, because the denser frequencies of the lower emotions are just destroying the whole energetic setup. It just consumes all the energy, the life force, everything. And when we avoid it, we build so many behaviors and patterns around the undealt emotions that we have. And that is why I'm going to, the next couple of days, this time that I have together this time that we have together when I'm alone, I'm gonna go really fully into the internal alchemy process, and I'm gonna define the way that I do it, and I'm gonna share it with people. It's gonna become my next thing that I release, the way that I process everything. Okay, that was it. Yeah, I had to do this because I couldn't go on with my day. I didn't know what. I don't know what's happening after this. It's like I'm in surrender to my system. So much happening. But this is an amazing process. And I will not regret having showed it to you during these 108 days. Because this is the initiation of myself. And I am my biggest critic, of course. And for the first time, I'm starting to become satisfied. I have not been satisfied for 9 years, but I am finally and that means that something extraordinary is falling into place, because my standard has been so high, because I know what I'm capable of and I know my potential. I just know because I know. And I'm just gonna find out what it is. And finally, some development on this. I mean, I've had so much development. I can't say that, but something is happening and I know I'm right. You see, can you see how my face changed from when I came in? Can you see how my eyes have changed? Work in progress. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. If you enjoyed this journey, if you like my Indiana Jonesy style of reporting back my findings, mostly from lived experience on the topic of human potential, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.